Speech on. Camera to stop recording. Speech off.
Hey guys, I wanted to tell you something. So, let me tell you. Coming this December, I am going to be doing way back. Excuse me. I am going to do what I've done back in 2016. And no, that will not be leaking anyone's name out. Because that was dumb. Remember that 5 days of Christmas thing I did? I'm going to do it again. And this time it's going to be all videos, no live streams. Because I said I don't think I'm going to ever do any more live streams. You know what? I think I might be good at podcasting. I might try that. I might try the Beyond Sight podcast. It'll be about, just random stuff. I don't know. But I don't know if I should do a podcast. I also wanted to get startup sounds of cars back in 2016, but I never got that. I remember there was like a something that I remember, and it's not a good memory for me, but I'm not going to share it here on YouTube because it's a bit private. Anyways, what started my Bop It videos off was a video that I watched about a few minutes ago called Bop It 2008 and 2010. At the time, I was just getting back into Bop It, and what way to get back into Bop It than to make a video about it. Back in December of 2016, that video was made, and that video I might not be getting any Bop Its this year for Christmas, and that'll be okay if I don't. But if I do, it'll probably be that Bop It Shot and Bop It XT, which I'm really hoping for. And with this COPPA thing going on, I may not be able to do more videos about what I want to do, like maybe that Clifford the Big Red Dog stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do any more. The playlist. I'm probably going to make it unlisted or private so that only I can view it, but I don't know. At least I don't do the Baby Shark thing or the Barney thing. I guess Clifford the Big Red Dog really is for kids. But I mean, I don't know. Anyways, back to my topic about my Christmas thing. going to do 5 days this time instead of 25. Because that was a struggle. 5 days is easy. Not 25. And by the way, I might do some old tech. Like very old technology. Like an iPod Touch 4th generation to be exact. I still got it, but I wasn't even able to do that 4th generation comparison video. Still need to do that. It's kind of hard, don't you think? That's why I prefer the 5th instead of a 7th. But, well, I guess you get what you get, right? And by the way, on the old YouTube app, there used to be 4 tabs. Home, trending, subscriptions, and account. You blind people out there may remember that I did a video. You don't, because I never did. I did that video a long time ago, okay? Man, I came on YouTube kind of late, sort of, but not really. And besides, I don't rely on ad revenue for my channel. I just make videos. I just want people to... Like, I had a dream when one of my videos got to 1 million views. And I don't get it, but that Mickey's Fun video was always at the top of my most popular videos. Why? It's not like it's a popular show. In fact, I think I might as well remove it. That's a chunk of my views out there. 916? Ouch. Ooh, it won't be long before it gets to 1,000. Ooh. Maybe I'll just leave it there, I don't know. There was a time when I remember only 500 views on my channel. And 5 subscribers. And 10, and then 15, 20. I remember that I had to catch up. I did a subscriber special every 5 subscribers. But those are good times on YouTube. Those were great. And me doing the voice of Clifford the Big Red Dog, that's ridiculous. In fact, the voice wasn't even me on the new reboot. Not that I wanted to be the voice anyway, because I think I'm too young for that. I think it requires someone about maybe 30s or 40s at least. A long time ago, in 2016, I mean, not that long ago, only 3 years. I think they should go back to the old layout. the app should go back to its original layout. Like, I never got to see the old YouTube. Never. I never really got to see it. Oh my gosh. I mean, not that much as well, but iOS 6 was not the best anyway. I've run into a lot of devices. iPad, iPod, yeah. What did the device that I was recording with got replaced with an iPhone 3GS or 4S? I think the 4S would be my go-to phone if I were to get a replacement for maybe about a day or so. That would be my phone. Not that I've used it or anything. I haven't at all. And I don't even think I've seen an iPhone 4S at all. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, iPhone 5 got discontinued with iOS 10. And iPhone 5S with iOS 12. What about the iPhone 5C, you may ask? I don't know if it's still usable. Nah, no it didn't. Then the iPhone 5C got iOS 11, I think. But don't quote me on that. I'm going to have to go back to the list of iPhones that were in iOS 11. You know what, I think the iPhone 5C got iOS 11. I think I'm sure of it, though. Because someone that I'm not going to mention had said one time that the iPhone 5C was going to get iOS 11, and that's what it got, and I think that's what it stuck with. So, man, do I miss having an older iPhone. Ugh. Oh yeah, reachability. I thought I'd put that out there that the old iPod Touch models from the fourth with the third up have no charging port. That is a hard one to use. I don't know what the heck I'm saying. Man, I've never seen an iPhone with a plastic back. Never looked at one. And even if I had, I wouldn't remember it. To be quite honest, I don't even remember looking at any iPhone that's older than the iPhone 5, at least. I've been around older iPads though, like the second and probably the first and second generations. In fact, I haven't even seen any of the newer ones like the iPhone 10 or the iPhone XR or the iPhone X Max or the iPhone XS or the iPhone XS Max or the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 11 Pro or the iPhone 11 Max. Pfft, haven't seen those at all. I've seen iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 6S, iPhone 7, iPhone 8. Seen them all. Seen those. I've seen the iPhone 5. I don't know if I've seen the iPhone 5C or not, but the iPhone 5C is like a modern iPhone 3GS. iPhones like the iPhone 3GS had a plastic back, and with that comes damage over time. In fact, phone cases weren't that popular back in the early days of the iPhone, which included the iPhone 3GS. And the iPhone 3GS was the first to have voiceover, so found with that. In fact, voiceover was not even like it is now, where now you got, you know, like how you got on like computers, you got your pitch, your speaking rate, or you have the speaking rate, for all versions of VoiceOver that came out with every iOS version. But granted, VoiceOver was not even an app like how TalkBack is. I mean, TalkBack is also a screen reader. A screen reader in itself that copies VoiceOver a little bit with its own gestures. VoiceOver, it's three fingers. To double tap three fingers to turn on speech and turn off speech. And most of the functions that are used on VoiceOver, most of the basic functions, in fact, a majority of basic functions were used in the early days of VoiceOver. VoiceOver sounded different than when it does now. In fact, the first iPhone to ever have VoiceOver was very scratchy, and it is nowadays. If there are people that are old enough to remember the iPhone 3GS, which I'm not, even though I could easily remember it, because I would have been old enough to remember. I'm not saying how old I am, but I would have been old enough to remember. I wish I had that phone as my first phone, though, because that would have been cool if I could just if I could time travel back to the year 2009, about 10 years ago, and buy that phone off the market. I'd say, hey, I got the latest phone. Because back then it was the latest phone. It was small, but it was the latest. Then a year later, that iPod Touch 4th generation came out. And I'm switching to iPods now. I do have it now, but I didn't have it when it came out. Because back then it was the latest iPod, and I wasn't even thinking about Apple products. I mean, I was around a couple of Apple products, but never really wanted one. I mean, it was interesting to me, but I was more interested in other stuff. I think VoiceOver came out on iPhone OS 3 and not iOS 4. I wonder if the original iPhone had it. Like somehow, I wonder if somehow the original iPhone got it when it updated to iPhone OS 3. Man, I'm so. It's been called iOS for 10 versions now. Because right now we're on iOS 13. Now tell me if an iPhone 3GS can do that. If you could hear those sounds that VoiceOver makes when there's nothing on the screen. It'll do like something like that, I don't know. Like that. I guess back then when YouTube came out for the iPhone, you used to probably upload using the camera. I'm assuming when it got to iOS 9 or something. Like, I don't know. iOS 7 was the first to introduce the control center. And just different things. Siri was introduced. The Hey SIRI feature was released probably in iOS like 9 or something, or 10, I don't know. But it was released. The reason I spelled it out because I didn't want to get her started. And by the way, I don't know all about Android. I don't know about Android as much as I do about iOS. I know more about iOS than Android because I've been with iOS for a while. For about 4 years. Officially 4 years. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't like to get a blast from the past? I would. I mean, if there's a device that is stuck on a particular iOS version, I'd take it. But the iPod Touch 4th generation, I've learned my lesson. I'm never going to ask for another iOS 6 device. Or device that runs it, anyway. Unless it's an iPhone, maybe I could do more with it. But who'd use an iPhone 3GS nowadays? You can't even run YouTube. You can't even run Facebook. Facebook on iOS 6 is a definite flop. And web browsing, definitely slow. I was thinking about going down a generation when it comes to iPods to the 3rd generation. You may be wondering, beyond sight, why? And I'm saying beyond sight, not Beyonce. beyond sight. You may be asking, beyond sight, why? Well, I just want to see what VoiceOver was like on iOS 5, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same across the board because it was only one iOS version lower. Now, the 5th generation only had up to the 7th generation. I mean, this. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the heck I'm saying. iOS 7. Excuse me. Then things would have been a lot more chaotic. Let's see, it came out in 2012. Let's see, iOS 6 was like the iPod Touch, the 4th generation, was discontinued in 2012. If you want to know, my version in particular, the 8GB model, I'm going to tell you the serial number. I'm going to tell you everything about it. Not. But what I am going to tell you is that my model, the 8GB model, was discontinued in 2012, which was 7 years ago. Let me think about this. Let's see, the iPhone 2G, iPhone 3G, iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S. That iPhone 4S was released in 2011. And great. First off, why couldn't the 4th generation just get up to iOS 8 maybe? That would have been a lot better. But, you know, if Apple does decide to release a firmware update to the iPod, and be my guest, please release that. But let me tell you, someone has actually made it possible to update to iOS 7 on an iPod Touch 4th generation. The problem is, no Wi-Fi. And you only have the iPhone 4 well, what am I doing? Is my mind going blank or something? The iPhone 4 firmware, I keep forgetting this stuff, man. I guess I'm just not focusing on the topic. Okay, so let's do it again. The iPhone 4 firmware, not that layout. No, the iPhone 4 version of iOS, like because now the iPad has iPad OS. Now I'm stuck with an iPod that is stuck with iOS 6, and that's that. Well, I got a 7th generation, which I am meaning to compare. And like I said, I don't know a lot about Android. I don't even know when TalkBack first debuted. The screen reader for Android. I'm done talking technology. I'm done.